What's up, everybody? Ben Razza here for Oddshopper, bringing you a little college basketball action. It's not March Madness just yet, but it's as close as we can get without turning the page. Last day of February here, of course, Tuesday, February 28th in the sports world. We got a bunch of games on the slate. We're going to look at some, put together a couple, and build out a parlay. See if we can get a plus money ticket over the line to end February before we turn officially to the madness. If you're joining us on Oddshopper for the first time, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Things have been good here. We got a lot going on from NBA, college basketball, NHL, to golf, even though that's a premier Oddshopper golf. Check that channel out if you like PGA. But let's dive into this. Enough of that. So many games, so many options. I'm going to start things out with the bet on my screen. Iowa and Indiana. Give me the Hoosiers at home. -5.5 at -105. So we save a little big. Chop this around. See if you can find better. Iowa, 18-11. 10-8, but let's start with the story. Best win I've ever seen in terms of miraculous comeback. Down 11 points with like a minute left to Michigan State, win in overtime on Saturday. Never seen anything like that in my life. Why? Because it's basically never happened. Only a couple times have we seen a team come back like that. They hit 5 3-pointers in like 30 seconds late in that game. Enough about that, though. This is a team away from home. It's been pretty bad. Before that miraculous win, they lost by 12 points in Wisconsin. They lost by 20 points in Northwestern. They have struggled on the road all year. They do not play defense. You see the 155-point total. That's because of Iowa. That's because of their lack of defense. And they're going into a team that is red hot, 20-9, 11-7 in the conference. Maybe you want to argue it's a letdown spot. I don't really see that. But to Indiana's credit, they went into West Lafayette and handled Purdue. That is as impressive as it gets. Obviously, Jackson Davis is a stud, All-American player. The freshman, Hudgefino, he led the way in the last game. That's a 1-2 punch that I was just not going to be able to deal with. Indiana's playing good ball. Indiana's at home. They avoid the letdown, and I think they will. I'm very comfortable starting out the parlay with this leg. So we've got one on the board. Now, before I get to the second leg, I always want to talk about, if you're building on parlays, if you're having some fun, you're doing some things, you're trying to catch that lightning in a bottle, you always want some extra money to have your options. Bet 5, win 150 on any sport at DraftKings Sportsbook is a way to do that. The link is in the description below. You take a minute if you don't play on DraftKings. Go down there, put in your $5, and it says pregame money line bet must win. So what does that mean? Take your $5 and put it on Dayton. You see Dayton on the screen? -1100. That means that if Dayton wins the game and they're -1100 on the money line, you're turning 5 into 150. Not bad. 30-1 on Dayton tonight against LaSalle, where they're 14-point favorites. So it's as simple as that. Take your $5, put it on Dayton. If they lose in a miraculous game, you lose $5. If they win, as they clearly should, 150 in the account. Got to be 21 plus. Play responsible. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, scrolling. There's a lot of big games today. There's just a lot of games in general. Tournament games for the smaller conferences. This is not a tournament game. It's not a small conference. It's a big game, though. It's Arkansas and Tennessee. I like this Razorback team. I've been betting them a little bit. I'm just going to stick with it. I don't think that the books have adjusted clearly. 19-10, 8-8, but none of that really matters to me. Arkansas, they're coming off a loss against Bama on the road. No shame there. They made it pretty competitive late. They lost by 6 points to Texas A&M. They lost by 6 points to Mississippi State. 3 points to Baylor on the road. 3 points to Missouri on the road. These are their losses over like the last month. Haven't been blown out, as I just talked about. And now they are healthy. Nick Smith, an all-world freshman. He was in and out of this lineup. They've been banged up at various points in this season. Arkansas is healthy. They are battle-tested. They have been in plenty of tough environments. They've gone into some places and emerged with wins. They have battled in a lot of competitive games. Getting 6.5 points here in a 134.5 point total is pretty interesting. What is this team's weakness? Well, they can't really shoot. 32% from 3. My advice would be don't even try against Tennessee's defense. Tennessee's elite defense around the perimeter. They have been all year. They're a 21-8 team, 10-6 in the conference. They look good at times. They look great at times. And then they look terrible at times, to be honest, for an elite team. They've lost 4 of 6. They're coming off a 40-point win against South Carolina. That looks good. 3 of the losses during this stretch were on the road, but Missouri beat them at home. Kentucky has beaten them at home. Auburn kind of had it against them. They lost by 3 points in a really weird game. Tennessee has some lackluster performances on the resume in Knoxville, not just away from home. A lot of close games. They play really slow. At times, the offense struggles. And I like that Arkansas isn't relying on the 3, actually, because if they were, Tennessee would be poised to take away their biggest strength. That's not the case. Arkansas wants to run. They want to get in transition. They want to get to the line. A lot of things that I think they can do in this spot. Do I think they're going to win the game? Probably not. Do I think 6.5 is too many points for not a toss-up game, but a competitive game? I absolutely do. Give me Arkansas as the second leg of this parlay. Got one more to round it out, and hopefully we can get to this last game with the chance. Do want to always say as well, insider access in the Discord. If you like rooting these games on, if you like sweating out parlays together, if you like community, come on in. 50% off your first week. Fun time. Just check it out. It's just a good community with a lot of people trying to do the same thing. Just win some money. Now, we've got 2. Late night, even though it's the same time as the Arkansas game. Try again with this team. Boise State, 2-point favorite at home against San Diego State, the best team in that conference. Someone's got to get them, right? I hope so. San Diego State, 23-5, 14-2 in the Mountain West. This team can't be killed. 73.5 points per game, 36% from 3. They've won 6 straight. They've won 10 of 11. They beat Boise by 20 the first time. That doesn't sound great. But this team is living so dangerously when they go on the road. They're a good road team, don't get me wrong. But last 4 road games, 2-point win, 2-point win, 2-point win, and then they lost to Nevada. It's been a little while now. That was quite a while ago. But when they go on the road, it's competitive games. And when I say 2-point win, they hit a buzzer beater against New Mexico in the pit on Saturday night to survive there. They are hanging by a thread, and that's because these are very difficult games. It's not like they're not playing well. It's just really hard to go on the road to a team like Boise State, who's 22-7, 12-4 in the conference. They've won 4 of 5. They just dropped their last game to San Jose State on the road. They're really deadly at home. 13-1 in their building, 72 points per game, 36% from 3. A lot of the stats line up. Boise State's a good offensive rebounding team. I think they can do some damage on the boards here. San Diego State's not going to just fully outmuscle them. 134-point total. That feels about right. This is just, I'm not going to say it's a macro buy. I'm just saying San Diego State, this has been a really tough stretch for them. They've got some impressive wins. They've gutted out some games. I think Boise State's going to get them tonight. 2-point spread, that kind of leans into that narrative. Like you would think, if I just read off what I did, that San Diego State would be favored, but that's not the case, and I think that's warranted. Boise State in their building in a spot that, again, they're going to be ready to play. San Diego State has answered the challenge, but it's hard to answer the challenge repetitive when you're hitting the road for multiple tough games like that. New Mexico on the road is really difficult, and so is Boise. So there you have it. Indiana -5.5, Arkansas +6.5, Boise State -2. You put them together because there's a -105 in there. We're getting north of 6-1. So yes, chance of success is low, but man, if we hit it over 6-1 on your money, that's what we like to do here. Again, have some fun. If you're looking for more college basketball, there's plenty of other videos on this very channel. And of course, you can join us every day here on Oddshopper from 4 to 5 Eastern for the Odd Shop, where we break down all the bets for the upcoming night of games live. Come hang out. Really fun community, good time there as well. But I'm going to bounce out of here for February and everything we've got going on. I hope it's been a great month. It's going to be a better one in March for Indiana, Arkansas, and Boise State. Good luck. Enjoy the games, and I will talk to you guys soon.